So this is part 2 of the MusclesAreSexy.com warm-up routine, and this is going to take you through the dynamic mobility portion of the warm-up. So you should have already watched and know how to do the foam rolling, the thoracic mobility, and the static stretches. So now you go into the dynamic mobility. So the first thing you're going to do is lay on your back for the yoga twist. And you can kind of follow along with your warm-up routine and some of the pictures that we have provided for you. But the yoga twist is laying on your back. You're going to have your legs crossed at your ankles, arms out to the sides of you, and you want to think about twisting from your hips. You don't want to just think about pushing your feet back and forth. You really want to get some rotation back and forth from your hips. So you're going to do 6 to each side. Then you're going to switch which leg is on top. Put the other foot on top, do the other side. So that is the yoga twist. The next thing is a side lying twist. So you're going to come onto your side. You want your bottom leg to be straight down out from you. Your top foot you're going to bring to a 90-degree angle in your knee. You want your knee and your foot to be on the floor. You're going to lay out on your side. Your bottom arm's going to be straight out in front of you. Top arm comes on top of that. And what you're going to do is you're going to open up and follow that hand with your gaze. Really opening up. You should feel a stretch through here, and you should feel some rotation throughout your torso. So, and you also want to open up just to where you can, leaving this top knee on the ground. So if you come up and you feel that top knee start to come off, that's the end of your range of motion. So you need to come back down, and that's 1. So just leave that knee on the floor. So you're going to do that on that side, and then come over onto the other side, do the other side lying twist. So that's a yoga twist, a side lying twist. The next thing is your calf stretch. So if you've done yoga before, you're going to come up into what's known as the downward dog, or an inverted V, and you want to put one foot up on the other, and you're going to lift your heel up, and then push that heel into the floor, and you should feel a good stretch in your calf. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, that downward dog position, you can come onto all fours, push your foot behind you, and just push your heel straight back and pull it back in. Push your heel straight back and pull it back in. That's a modified way to do your calf stretch if the downward dog position is uncomfortable for you. So you would do each side. The next thing you're going to do is a chest stretch. So you can use a PVC pipe if you have it handy. They're very cheap, easy to get at a Home Depot or hardware store. You can use a broom handle, a wooden dowel. Some gyms have some bars, or you can even use bands that you can use for stretching. So anyways, you want to hold, if you're using a sturdy object like a wooden dowel or a PVC pipe, you want to hold it loosely in your fingers. You don't want to just grip on if you're not familiar with this exercise. So hold it loosely in your fingers. You're going to start down at the bottom, and the idea is to bring the dowel back around behind you, keeping your arms straight, and then reverse that motion coming back up. So the farther out you hold your hands, the easier it's going to be. If you're really tight in the shoulders, you may need to bend your elbows just a little bit just to get started. And just remember, it's all about finding out where you are at right now, and looking to improve. Every time you go into the gym, every time you go to do your workout, look to improve. Even if it's on your warm-up, look to improve. So the closer in you hold your hands, you can start to grip on the bar once you're comfortable with it. You find that you have good mobility through your shoulders. The harder it's going to be, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. So that's with the wooden dowel. Like I said, you can actually use a towel. The more I think about it, the more substitutes for this I can come up with, a band. So anything that's going to allow you to stretch your arms over your head, get that good chest stretch. So that's a chest stretch, or the overhead shoulder dislocations is a more technical name for it. And then the reverse lunge with a twist. So you're not only getting the movement through your lower body, warming that up, you're also getting a little bit of a hip flexor stretch, a dynamic hip flexor stretch. So you're going to step back. You don't want to let your knee touch the floor and relax your muscles. You want to keep some tension in your muscles. keep your knee about 1 inch off the floor, and you're gonna twist towards your front knee. Come back up to center, step back with the other leg, twist towards that front knee. Now notice how I'm keeping my front knee nice and stable. I'm not twisting my knee as I twist towards that knee. That has the potential to really hurt yourself. So make sure you've got yourself planted, you've got this knee nice and stable, and then twist. It's just gonna save you some potential knee injuries. So reverse lunge with twist. We also have the squat to stand, which is a great movement to open up your pelvic region, open up your hips, also stretches out your hamstrings. If you're not as limber as you would like to be, this is another thing to just continue to work on. Don't just give up on an exercise because you feel that you can't do it. Just look to improve. Find out where you're at right now and look to improve. So if you need to, you can bend your knees, reach your toes. If you can, keep your legs straight. And you're going to pull your shoulders down and back as you pull your hips down. Keep your arms straight, arms, elbows on the insides of your knee, and then pull your hips back up. So you're not just turning your muscles off, falling down, standing back up. You really want to think about it. Feel your shoulders come down and back, pull your body down, keep your weight back on your heels, stand back up. And those are the squat to stand. So there you have it, part 2 of your warm-up routine. Once you get the hang of it, once you remember what the exercises are, you can go through it fairly quickly. It's meant to be a quick warm-up. It's not meant to be a drawn out half-an-hour thing where you're stretching and you're taking your time. You want to move through it quickly. It should take you 10 to 15 minutes once you get the hang of it and you're able to go from exercise to exercise without stopping.